Okay, so I'm back. Mr. Harper's back. So we just set up our user interface. And so the next thing we need to do is we need to set up our variables that we're going to need for this app. So remember, variables are going to hold information and remember things for us. And so to create a variable in Thunkable, we're going to be in our blocks section. We're going to click variables. And then we're going to click this initialize. And you'll notice we have a couple options here. So here we can tell where we want to create our variable. We can create it and store the information in the app. We can create it and store it on the actual device. Or we can create it and store it in the cloud. For this purpose, we're just going to do app. And then we're going to give our variable a name. Call this index. And for this, we're going to give this our variable index, in this case a value, and it's going to be 1. Okay. And so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to create another variable for this to hold our pictures. And so our pictures are actually files that are on our computer. And so we're going to have goose, duck, banana, baby, and apple. So we're going to actually store these values in variables. So the first one is going to be goose.jpg. So I'm going to go back to blocks. I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to give it a name. We're going to call it our images. And we're going to make a list. And we're going to get our list from here. And we're going to kind of delete these numbers because we don't need them. But we are going to need to hit the gear because we're going to need at least 5 of them. We have 3. So we're going to put this item inside this list to tell it how many items we want it to hold. So we're going to start with 5. Then we're going to go to text, and we're actually going to just type in those names. So we said it was apple.jp or png, I think. So we can go back and just double check. So let's see here. So apple.jpg, okay. So then we're going to do another one, baby.jpg. And so we're going to need to do that for every last one of them. So I'm just going to actually right click. And that should be JPG. And let's go baby.jpg, I think. And so we can go back to our design. We can look at our files. And if you're really unclose, you can just kind of highlight and copy and paste those in. So I'm going to do that because I don't have them typed in right. Let's see here. Control V. There we go. So we can just keep going back and forth, or you can just kind of type them in. But I think I do have a little picture of these that we can add in here. So we can go duck, and we're going to do this for all of our variables. So I'm going to pause this video and get that done. That way you don't have to watch me make them all. But I am going to do this for all of the variables. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video while I get that done real quick. Okay, so I've already made my pictures like this, and they are all the same. I just copied and pasted that. If you didn't, you want to pause the video and do that. Alright, so then I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to make another variable. It's going to be the words. I'm just going to duplicate this, that way I don't have to recode it. And so then I'm just going to kind of type in A, and then E. And I'm just going to do the same thing. This should be duck, so I'm going to go first one, U, this one, C. Go like that. And you can just keep doing this until you get your kind of up to you and how you want to do it. Something like that. So I got all my variables made, and so that's where we would want to kind of start. You want to make sure you have them done, and then we can pick up from this later.